Just when the global electric vehicle, EV industry seemed to have settled into an unshakable playbook, Tesla leading the charge, Detroit scrambling to catch up, and Europe struggling to pivot, a force from the East is quietly rewriting the entire game. No flashy supercars, no Silicon Valley-style grand promises. BYD, China's largest automaker, has unveiled a suite of technologies that have left Western engineers stunned. An EV platform with charging capabilities up to 1 megawatt, matching the power delivery of cutting-edge electric supercar systems. A hybrid engine achieving 46.06% thermal efficiency, surpassing even Toyota's former dominance in gas-electric hybrid technology. A blade battery pack, boosting energy density by 50%, fireproof even when pierced, paving the way for cheaper, safer EVs. A Deepseek AI system, leveraging 72 million kilometers of real-world driving data daily, transforming every BYD vehicle into a node in a vast learning network. This isn't just a technological leap, it's a clear signal that the balance of global tech power in the auto industry is shifting, faster than anyone in Detroit, Stuttgart, or Fremont ever imagined. A pivotal moment where BYD is no longer just China's budget car maker, but a technological trailblazer, forcing the Western world to adapt or fall behind. Join Top 10 Discoveries Official as we peel back the layers of strategy, technology, and geopolitics behind the BYD shock. A shock that could reshape the future of the global EV industry. If Tesla once stunned the world with high-performance EVs and early autonomous driving, BYD in just a few years has executed a comprehensive breakthrough that defies all expectations. 4 technological spearheads have forged a new ecosystem of smart vehicles, designed to strike directly at the long-standing weaknesses of the global EV and hybrid industry. First, 5th-generation DM engine, revolutionizing hybrid and combustion. When BYD unveiled its 5th-generation DMI 5.0 engine in May 2024, the global auto industry was forced to rethink a century of engine design theory. Paired with BYD's EHS hybrid system, this engine achieved an unprecedented milestone: 46.06% thermal efficiency. The hybrid powertrain combines a 1.5-liter gasoline engine, delivering 99 horsepower and 93 pound-feet of torque, with an electric motor offering 2 power options: 161 horsepower or 215 horsepower. For context, Toyota's renowned hybrid system previously peaked at around 41%, while conventional gasoline engines typically manage only 25 to 30%. This remarkable efficiency isn't just a theoretical figure. In real-world operation, vehicles equipped with DMI 5.0 consume just 2.9 liters of fuel per 100 kilometers, equivalent to over 80 miles per gallon, MPG, nearly triple the fuel economy of a standard American sedan. More crucially, the system's range is staggering, up to 2,100 kilometers, 1,304 miles, on a single charge and full tank, making it the world's longest-range hybrid vehicle today. What makes DMI 5.0 truly groundbreaking lies in its internal design. Rather than relying on complex legacy hybrid models, BYD equipped it with a P1 electric motor, offering 120 kilowatts or 160 kilowatts, and peak torque of 210 newton-meters or 260 newton-meters. They also refined the drivetrain with a dual-clutch system, fully decoupling the gasoline engine from the electric motor when not needed, minimizing friction losses to near zero. These tweaks boosted overall drivetrain efficiency to 92%, a 5% improvement over the prior generation, while reducing system weight by 15% and increasing power density by 70%. When the BYD Shin L DMI and BYD Seal 06 DMI, the first models to feature DMI 5.0, hit the market, industry experts stopped calling it an upgrade. With these specs, the 5th-generation DM engine doesn't just outshine contemporary hybrid rivals, It pushes traditional internal combustion engines closer to obsolescence. Second blade battery, the pinnacle of safety and longevity. Alongside revolutionizing engines, BYD is redefining safety and durability in the EV world with its blade battery, a technology it proudly claims is virtually unburnable. Unlike traditional modular cell designs, the blade battery uses long, blade-like cells, standard size 96 centimeters by 9 centimeters, maximizing space utilization within the battery pack. Compared to standard LFP, lithium iron phosphate, battery structures, the blade design increases spatial efficiency by over 50%. In terms of safety, the blade battery sets a new benchmark. In the dreaded nail penetration test, the auto industry's most grueling battery stress test, the blade battery neither exploded nor caught fire, with surface temperatures rising only 30 to 60 degrees Celsius. In contrast, conventional batteries often ignite or trigger thermal runaway within seconds, while the blade battery stood firm like a slab of cold steel. Beyond mechanical resilience, the blade battery excels in longevity. After 3,000 charge-discharge cycles, it retains 90% of its original capacity, with the potential to exceed 5,000 cycles in real-world use. This translates to a lifespan of 15 to 20 years without needing replacement, double that of standard lithium-ion batteries today. This is a game-changing advantage, especially since EV battery replacement costs currently account for 30 to 40% of a vehicle's value. Top models like the BYD Tang EV, Atto 3, Seal, Dolphin, Seagull, and Celian 7 now use the blade battery. Not only does it extend driving range, but it also instills strong consumer confidence in crash safety, a major concern that once deterred many from adopting EVs. 3. Juanji architecture plus Deepseek AI, a vision for autonomous driving. If the blade battery is BYD's new heart, the Juanji architecture is the super-intelligent brain propelling BYD vehicles closer to true autonomy. Launched on January 16, 2024, Juanji architecture functions as a synthetic nervous system. All sensors, cameras, radars, lidars, data processors, electronic controls, and mechanical systems are interconnected, communicating instantly via 5G, IoT, and satellite networks. The centerpiece of Juanji is Deepseek AI, a deep learning model trained on 72 million kilometers of real-world driving data daily, collected from over 4.4 million BYD vehicles equipped with Level 2 ADAS, Advanced Driver Assistance Systems, worldwide. This enables the system to predict, react, and adapt to complex driving scenarios far beyond the capabilities of rigid, rule-based systems. BYD boasts a workforce of over 90,000 R&D personnel, including more than 4,000 engineers dedicated to autonomous driving, a figure surpassing any automaker except Tesla. Juanji enables Level 3 autonomous driving in premium models like Yangwang and is gradually expanding to mainstream lines like Dynasty, Tengxi, and Fengsheng Leopard, bringing autonomous experiences to every customer segment. The advent of Juanji and Deepseek marks a quantum leap for smart vehicles. No longer just driver-assist cars, but vehicles that learn and adapt like living organisms. Fourth D-Pilot, democratizing autonomous driving. Where advanced autonomous driving was once exclusive to vehicles priced above $60,000, BYD is sparking a revolution, bringing high-level autonomy to cars as affordable as the $9,300 BYD Seagull. Launched in February 2025, the D-Pilot system is tiered into 3 levels. D-Pilot 600, equipped with 3 high-end LiDAR sensors, designed for luxury models like Yangwang, enabling autonomous driving on highways and in urban settings. D-Pilot 300 features a single LiDAR sensor used in higher-end Denza and BYD models, optimized primarily for highway driving. D-Pilot 100 includes 5 radars, 12 cameras, and end-to-end algorithms, standard on all new BYD models, even ultra-affordable ones like the 9300 Seagull. Despite varying hardware, core features remain consistent, delivering comprehensive optimizations. HNOA, highway navigation on autopilot. Autonomous highway navigation with a range of over 1,000 kilometers without touching the steering wheel. Automated valet parking, Vehicles independently find and park in spaces with a 99% success rate, a practical breakthrough for crowded cities. Memory navigation. Vehicles memorize and autonomously recreate familiar routes without manual input. AEB, automatic emergency braking. Emergency braking for obstacles at speeds up to 100 kilometers per hour, with plans to upgrade to 120 to 140 kilometers per hour in future updates. Another standout is BYD's policy of offering D-Pilot free to all domestic customers, a stark contrast to US and European automakers, who often charge thousands for premium autonomy packages. With over 5,000 engineers continuously refining the system, D-Pilot isn't just a product, it's a bold statement of BYD's ambition. Smart vehicles must be for everyone, not just the elite. If a decade ago Tesla was the unchallenged icon of the global EV revolution, by 2025, the balance has truly shifted. BYD, once a quiet player, is not only catching up but threatening to overtake Tesla in key metrics. In the third quarter of 2023, BYD's revenue reached $28.2 billion, while Tesla recorded $25.18 billion, a gap of over $3 billion, marking the first time a non-US automaker surpassed Tesla in quarterly EV revenue. This wasn't a fluke. BYD's global sales in 2024 exceeded 4.3 million EVs, outpacing Tesla's total EV production for the same period. On pricing, BYD exerts unprecedented pressure. The BYD Seal, a mid-range sedan directly competing with the Model 3, is priced 15% lower than Tesla's offering in international markets. Even more striking, the BYD Seagull Mini EV starts at just $9,300, a jaw-dropping figure that makes the dream of EVs for all truly attainable, something Tesla has promised for years but never delivered. Technologically, the scales are tipping toward BYD. BYD's new hybrid engine achieves 46.06% thermal efficiency, while Tesla, focusing solely on pure EVs, has no hybrid competitor, leaving it vulnerable to battery range constraints. The DMI 5.0 system's 2,100 kilometer range, fuel plus battery, is double or triple that of many Tesla models like the Model 3 or Model Y. Blade battery production costs are 20 to 30% lower than Tesla's premium NMC batteries, as they eliminate costly rare metals like cobalt and nickel. The Blade battery's durability, over 5,000 charge-discharge cycles with less than 10% capacity loss, sets a new challenge for Tesla in long-term maintenance costs. While Tesla boasts its FSD, full self-driving system, BYD's D-Pilot brings Level 2 plus autonomy to its entire lineup at near zero cost to customers, unlike Tesla's FSD, which remains a pricey $12,000 add-on in the US. In short, BYD has gone from follower to game changer, achieving this by slashing prices, advancing technology, and democratizing features, rather than locking them behind luxury paywalls like Tesla. BYD's meteoric rise isn't just a business story, it's reshaping the global technological power balance. And Washington knows it. Electric vehicles have long been seen as the backbone of the future green economy. The nation that masters EV technology will control energy supply chains, industrial production value chains, and the vast geopolitical influence that comes with them. And China, with BYD at the forefront, is charging forward. As of 2025, China commands over 76% of global EV battery production per Bloomberg NEF. Chinese firms like CATL, BYD, and Gotion supply batteries for most of the world's EVs, including American-made ones. BYD isn't just selling in China, but is rapidly expanding in Europe, Latin America, Southeast Asia, and preparing to enter North America via Mexico. The U.S. government has responded with the Inflation Reduction Act, IRA, offering up to $7,500 subsidies for domestically produced EVs and restricting Chinese batteries and supply chains. But the challenge is stark. Few U.S. manufacturers can currently match the performance of BYD's Blade battery, DMI hybrid engines, or Juanji AI systems. Even legacy U.S. automakers like Ford and GM have delayed or scaled back electrification plans due to cost pressures, and the rapid technological advances from China. If this trend continues within 5 to 7 years, the global EV market could see China leading not just in production, but in technological standards, safety, and cost efficiency, something only the US achieved historically with the gasoline auto industry. Should that happen, the EV competition won't just be Tesla versus BYD, it will be a comprehensive technological and economic showdown between the US and China for the next generation of human mobility. The technological explosion BYD has unleashed, from its next-gen DM engine, the ultra-safe Blade battery, to the self-learning Deepseek AI platform, is forcing the global auto industry into a new era of redefinition. While the US, one proud of its EV innovation hub with Tesla, Lucid, and Rivian, faces not just a warning, but a genuine challenge. In core technology, Tesla, America's EV icon, doesn't produce hybrids, focusing entirely on pure EVs, leaving no direct competitor to BYD's DMI 5.0 in optimal fuel efficiency. Meanwhile, legacy US automakers like Ford and GM, though accelerating electrification, still rely heavily on outdated combustion and hybrid systems with far lower efficiency, making America's hybrid ecosystem vulnerable to being left behind by BYD's technological leap. In batteries, the US depends on traditional lithium-ion technologies, primarily NMC chemistries. While Tesla is adopting LFP for standard models, like the Model 3 RWD in China, no US-made vehicle yet features LFP batteries with over 5,000 cycle lifespans, like BYD's Blade battery, especially with its puncture-proof, fire-resistant capabilities. This poses a major challenge for the US battery industry, prioritized under initiatives like the IRA, but still reliant on Asian materials and technology. In automotive AI, while the US leads in general AI, OpenAI, Anthropic, Google DeepMind, the application of focused, self-learning AI across millions of vehicles, as BYD achieves with Deepseek, lacks a comparable scale. Tesla's FSD is currently deployed on only about 500,000 to 600,000 vehicles in North America, a fraction of the 4.4 million BYD Level 2 ADAS vehicles learning and improving daily. This not only gives BYD a massive data advantage, but also accelerates its autonomous software development cycle, an area where the US once led. The US government recognizes the surging rise of Chinese EVs. The US Department of Commerce, DOC, and the Office of the US Trade Representative, USTR, are exploring measures to curb cheap Chinese EVs from entering the US market, including potentially higher import tariffs, stricter battery origin rules, like IRA's high domestic content requirements, and bans on subsidies for vehicles using batteries from countries of concern like China. However, the challenge is that China controls 60 to 70% of the global battery and mineral supply chain, lithium, cobalt, graphite, rendering these measures defensive and unlikely to shift the short-term landscape. In the market, the US retains advantages: a large domestic consumer base, brand loyalty to local automakers, and robust domestic production subsidies. But if BYD's EV and hybrid technologies continue their rapid advance, especially as they penetrate markets like Mexico, Brazil, and Europe, the technological gap between the US and China in the green auto industry risks narrowing or even reversing within a few years. Clearly, the US has reason to be concerned about BYD's breakout. This concern is evident in increasingly aggressive policy moves, but the core challenge remains internal technological innovation. If the US doesn't swiftly restructure its battery, hybrid, and automotive AI ecosystems within 5 to 7 years, global green auto tech dominance may no longer belong to Detroit, Silicon Valley, or Austin, but shift decisively to Shenzhen and Chongqing. The emergence of the 5th-generation DM engine, the Blade battery, the Juanji AI architecture, and the D-Pilot autonomous system has not only propelled BYD beyond its own limits, but is quietly resetting the global auto industry's rules. While much of the world debates the future of EVs, BYD has turned those dreams into tangible commercial products, with performance, safety, and accessibility deemed impossible just a few years ago. The question is no longer whether BYD can catch up to Tesla or Western automakers, but whether the world can adapt before BYD redefines the entire industry. The US and Europe are racing to protect their domestic industries, but BYD is playing a different game, one where they're already years ahead. This raises a critical question for all of us watching the auto industry. Are we witnessing an iPhone moment for EVs, with BYD playing the role of Apple? Or is this the opening salvo in an unprecedented technological race between East and West? What do you think? Will BYD's breakthroughs truly transform the global auto industry? Share your thoughts below, and if you find these stories of the global tech race compelling, don't forget to subscribe to catch our next deep dives. Top 10 Discoveries Official will return with more astonishing discoveries, epic projects, and untold stories from across the globe. Goodbye and see you next time. Bye and see